do it live. Just informing. Is that it? Is everything working? I think so. Okay. All right. So, what's up, guys? I know it's been a while since I last been on here. I've had a lot going on, and you know what? I can't do the camera today. Shit. Well, it looks like you're just gonna be hearing my voice tonight. My green screen's downstairs, and my room's a mess from unpacking from my Vegas trip I just got back from a few days ago. Still not done yet. So, I figured I'd hop on and talk about a couple things. Some things I've looked at. Some things that haven't changed, my ideas, and some other things that I've decided to look into more as far as different, not indicators, but different things I want to see. Come on, man. So, okay. For some reason I thought my Streamlabs crashed, but let's talk about something. So last time I was on here, we were down. Let's go to 4 hour. We were down in this region here. I was holding a short from up here. Was doing very well. And unfortunately, it didn't work out. And now we're sitting close to a new all-time high. We actually did come up past it briefly and came back down. One of the things that I've noticed that has some me raising some red flags is, well, one is this looks really good. I'll be honest. Just from a structure standpoint, it looks very good. The only thing I don't like is I don't usually do this, but someone brought this to my attention, and it's something I can't really ignore now, is the volume. The volume has not been there, in my opinion. It looks like it's been tapering off as price has been rising. Let's start from here. Creating some sort of divergence. Does that mean anything? Probably not. Is it tradable? I don't think so. Just one reason to be careful about where we are right now in the market. Another thing that I've noticed too is actually to go to a PLX chart for this. It's just the way price has been playing out. What I mean by that is, what's up, Grant? How you doing, buddy? I just want to go back and mark this. Grant, I don't know if you called me in the beginning, but I'm just going over some stuff. One of the things I'll talk about real quick is the volume. I don't know if you've heard part of that, but pretty much this entire move up, volume has not been there as compared to other bull runs that we had. Volume increasing, price increasing. Even here, volume increasing, price increasing. But doing good, man. I am in a long. I haven't shorted since this past, or that big position I had before last time I was on here. I sat on the sidelines for a while and eventually decided to start buying a little bit. But the volume just hasn't been there. It just doesn't make sense to me. This is not, I'm not saying it's not healthy, but just no one's buying. No one's buying this pump. Retail's buying this pump, but no one with big money is buying this pump. Going back to my last point was, in the course of Bitcoin's history, there's only one time where price has, oh my God, Kite, it's you. The man, the myth, the legend. Grant, what about volume tapering off for the start of the bull run? Super price. When it does break that taper. Yeah, I did consider that as well. That's why I know I'm not leaning on this idea too much. Exactly. I'm not leaning on this too much is because I know that it's kind of consolidating, and I'm sure once money does come in, it's going to pop. That's why I'm not really too worried about it. So, where did I leave off at? From a fractal perspective, worst case scenario is that we do see something like this hold, where we have a 6-8 month trend similar to what we got going on here. I'm expecting it to hold, but I'm very on the fence about. Do I have permission, Kite? I feel like it's not my place because it's your Discord. I appreciate it though. Next time I will. Ooh, this is a mess. So on the macro scale, I'm kind of iffy. I have to be bullish though. I'm going to be. Position I am in is right here. Sorry about that. I don't know where I'm going to take profit on this, but I am holding a long down here. Let's see. I think I'm in an LTC position too. There was an ABC set up on LTC. This one I'm not too confident about. LTC has not been good to me recently, but This sucks. Sorry, I'm just saying that because I don't have my camera and stuff set up. Okay, I wanted to give you a good smile and say hello. Okay. Thank you for stopping by, though. I really appreciate it. So, LTC. Had a nice ABC here. Why can't I find it? I thought I had my heart bar set up too. This one I'm going to just wait for the retracement area to take profit at. I think I got a point. My stop loss is like a 0.8, 0.75. The other 0.8. That's about 8.3. What is this trend line I drew? I'm sorry, I'm not prepared today. I wanted to just hop on for a couple minutes while I'm waiting for laundry to finish. What was that? Ah, I see. You know what? You know what? Nope, that's not going to work. My battery is actually dead as well. Alright. So until this trend line breaks, or we get a deeper pullback to where I start getting more concerned, which I don't, at this point, I'm leading like 75 to 80% bullish right now. I'm not saying it could be a bigger pullback, but it's just, for me, it makes sense. Fuck. There's something else I wanted to show you too. Ugh. Was there something on Eve? No. There was another coin I had I had ready to go. Oh, sushi popped. Damn, I wish I was watching this one. What was the R&R for this? Sushi, these altcoins only do 1%. Oh, what a hit. That was only 6. Okay, is there anything you want me to look at? Oh yeah, I got rid of this up here. This I can get rid of. Doge. That's not even on my list. What about Sheev? Can I look at Sheev? I wonder if the trading view chart even updated. Doesn't have. I'll do you one better. Let's look at Sheev. Oh my god. Oh, speaking of Twitter, I am also on Twitter, guys. In case you guys want to follow me. I'm new to Twitter. I've used it when I was a kid, but it was mostly for memes. Let's see. FTM is the only. Are these all on Bybit, Grant? Yeah. You know what? I know Bybit added a bunch of coins. Appreciate it, Grant. The only thing I'm concerned about at the moment is today's move to the upside is just a B. Look for lower to 59.5. Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. That's doable. If it comes up, I might hedge it. Where did this hit? Ah, it did hit that reversal area. I'll have to look into that, Grant. AVAX, FTM. I know out of those four, I know Sol. That's about it. I had a doomsday idea. What if this was just a giant ABC? I was bullshitting with a friend of mine the other day, and he's a perma bear. I was like, dude, you might be onto something. He didn't buy Bitcoin at like 3K, so now he's a perma bear ever since. Higher high. If that's the case, oh, I gotta go Coinbase. Bitcoin's going to 14K. Okay, that's enough. Let's see. Really wanted to hold this entry. Any bullish ABCs, just want to add more to the position. No, people. That's the ABC that makes people want to jump out of windows. This I just don't like the idea of where the world's at right now. Everything that's going on, markets are still putting in all-time highs. Did the S&P put in an all-time high recently? Actually, hold on. Max pain. Market likes to take the path of most pain. Yeah. The S&P put in a new high. Everything's doing well. But then the actual condition of the world is not the greatest. That's just my thing. Oh, I didn't see this. That was a terrible drawing. If this comes up one more time, I'm going to hedge it. Let's see what happens. Money printer grow burr. I need some music. That's what I'm missing. Oh, what? Why did it log out of my... Oh, no, it didn't. I totally stole this from you, but for some reason, carbon-based life forms is like the perfect background music. I even listen to it while I'm reading. Major breakout on ADA on the daily. Let's see. Oh yeah, she's squeezing. Let's see. Was that an airplane or thunder? I can't tell. ADA, she's gonna pop. Let's see what happens. It's really depending on what BTC does. I'll be keeping my eye on ADA. Now if I am gonna head short. Where am I gonna take it? I might take it back down at least to my entry. From a local low perspective. She wants to come down anywhere to support at 58.7. Next 53.7. Next is 46.8. I'll be looking for an EBC there. I'm curious. Huh. depending on where she wants to go, the 101 extension is right in the middle. The support area she needs is that. That's probably the most willing to hold, or the strongest support in this area is definitely around the 53.8. Let's see what happens. When did this work? I think that's all I really wanted to look at. So somebody introduced me to the idea of using pitchforks. I want to see how this works. Let's see. I gotta look. I think this is where you pulled it. Whoa. What the hell is this? This doesn't really do anything for me. Alright, I just want to look at the RSI. Yosef, yes, I do primarily just trade ABCs. I do look at the... That is thunder. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I mean, somebody just told me pitchforks were really good. I'm not saying they are. I think it's... Does it line up? It kind of lines up. I think it's based off of this high and this low. I don't know. Not really my thing. Exactly. We need to know what you're doing. That's funny. Yeah, Yosef, I mostly just do ABCs. I don't know why, it just works for me. I used to just play ranges, but that worked for me back in the good old days when Bitcoin was at like $8,000 post-COVID dump. But it's the same concept. It's if this and that. If you're above a certain support zone, your target is the next resistance. Vice versa. If you're trying to short a breakout of a support zone, you target the next lower support zone. It's the same idea, but that's where I started my trading from, but now it's progressed to ABCs. That's primarily what I look for. It's just easier. But I do like to see other opinions and see how people come up with their conclusions. Like example, I never really looked at volume until the last couple days. Not saying I'm going to use it to justify my positions or use it to change my bias or create any trading decisions based off the volume. But it's something to look at. I feel like volume is one of those things that is something to be looked at because you can see where people are actually buying. But it doesn't really indicate where the market's going to go. Because I can sit here and say, yeah, volume is being squeezed, but like Grant pointed out in the chat earlier, it could just be uses basically to consolidate, and when it really pops, it really starts popping off. It's kind of like who's the first one to buy kind of thing. See, Grant. I think ABCs are the best entries, but much more effective if you use multiple levels of confidence instead of just the 441. Sometimes it gets super close to 441 in the reverse. You can find other levels that explain these reversals. It's like finding your safer exit. Okay. I'll look into that, Grant. What's something you look for? Something that I've used is I used the fib extension tool. So, for example, let's see if this lines up on a smaller time frame. Okay. It really depends. Maybe. I'm curious, Grant, to see what you think. Or how you use what you look for take profit targets. The reason I just use a 0.441 is I know it's a guideline. It's easier for me to see where things can go. There's times where price just keeps going. There's times where price falls short. But a lot of those times you will find ABCs within that. And that'd be either a good time to either hedge or take profit, depending on what you're looking for. So, where it is. Oh. God damn it. I'm acting like a boomer right now on my keyboard. Let's see. Yeah, that's mainly what I use the 0.441 for. It just gives me a simpler set of rules. And usually when I introduce this method to someone who's a little bit deeper into trading, it's a lot easier to explain like a 1 through 5 step process or an ABC. I guess like a 1, 2, 3 easy step plan to how to trade this. That's just my thing. So, yeah, I will do that, but sometimes I will pull the fib extension tool. In this example, what's going on right now? If, let's say she does want to continue further, I know people who are more traditional LA wave traders use this to figure out entries or take profit areas. Me personally, I like to use them to see where it lines up with local lows. But I will not take a position unless, let's say she does come down. She's probably going to come down something like this. Something like that. I won't take an entry till here because I know... Oh, my lights is flickered. Oh, shit. There's a chance I'm going to lose you guys. Oh, it is raining sideways outside of my house right now. Shit, did I close my window? I think I did. If I cut out, it's because the power went out. But I'll get my last thought out before that happens, just in case something does happen. So, I will not look for an entry unless I see something, an ABC forming at a certain area. In this example, usually ABCs, the C will come down to the 1-1 extension. So, in this case, we're but finding levels to trade within where price respects helps a lot. It allows me to take partial profit. Even if it does come back and stops me out, it's still a win. Yeah, definitely. Do you find those levels based on local highs and lows, or do you use different fib levels you look for? I'm curious. Because I can see, like in this example, if you were going back to based off of taking this long, the 0.441 lines up with this local high over here. Let me get rid of this so it's not as cluttered. Ah, shit. So if you're taking that your profit based on a local resistance, no. I use local highs and lows as a, how do I say this? As an idea of where things can go or where support might be. Local highs, local volume pointed control of their high and lows. Okay. I always see that's a thing. Pointed controls. I have to look into that. But what I personally do is, if she were to go down, I'm looking for an ABC that forms around a certain region. I don't specifically look for exact highs and lows to take profits or take entries on. If that makes sense. So like for example, let's say she puts in another lower leg. But let's say she only comes down to like here. Well, there's a local low here at 58.9. Chart champions. Okay. I think I'm actually in their Discord, so I'll take a look into that. Let's say even it's like falls short. I know that this is a potential area of support right here, based off this low. So if I don't see an ABC pattern forming here and it continues, okay, that's fine. But I know there's an extra area of confluence here based off of a local low here. So if she did wanted to put in a lower leg, there's a chance that she could come wick down to this low, but I won't take that entry until she gets back above here. Yosef, if that answers your question. It's a little bit confusing. But for me, it's just easier. It's just one thing I look at besides just ABCs is I look for an extra area of confluence in case it does go to the lower low. But I will not, whatever, even if it gets a perfect bounce off of a local low, I will not take a position unless an ABC is formed. So if she comes down and just wicks, even if she wicks to here, if there's no ABC that follows, I'm not taking it until price gets back above here. Or let's say she falls deeper. There's probably going to be some sort of ABC. And then from there, even though let's say price does bounce off of this support level, this local low base of 56,880, I'm not taking it until it comes back above. That's just an example. That's why I really don't do. That's why I really don't try to look at any other indicators. Because for someone, it might influence their decision to take an entry or not. That's just me. I just like looking into them because even though I know some things. Yosef, so would you be more confident taking that ABC because of that local low? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's the easiest way to put it. But it's not the reason why I'm taking it. It's just an extra area of confirmation for me. Exactly. It adds another level of validation. Exactly. Because even though price can come down, even if no ABC is formed, even if she comes all the way down here, if I don't see an ABC anywhere in between, I'm not taking it unless it's here. So let's use this as an example. Let's say, obviously, this is more complex. But let's say... That's a little bit messy. But just pretend there's ABCs in here. Alright, let's make that easier. Since she got a bounce here... Alright? That's my first level of entry. All right. So I will start taking entries here. If she decides to play and I get stopped out a couple times, I'll still take it. But as soon as she comes back below and then forms another ABC, then I will move my entry down here. It's kind of what happened here. The only two local lows in this region are at 59.8 and then 58.9. I understand that's there. So, what I start doing, ABC. Where is it? All right, A, B, C. My first entry, I'm taking here. You change this to like pink or something. All right, that's my first entry. Even though I know these local lows are here, I'm still taking it based off this ABC that I see here. So this ABC has an ABC within. That's a bad one right here. If that fails, The next step was ABC turns into an A. Right? B, C. So now this entry comes down into here. So even though this zone, I know this area is supported with 2 local lows, I'm not touching it until the ABC is either confirmed back above the original entry that I had, or if it forms a new low to form another ABC. I'm not directly playing the lows. I'm just seeing that it's okay. I know this is an area of support. So the next time, so let's say if she keeps falling, the next thing I'll be looking for is an area down here. I know that this area is a massive area of support right here. So if she keeps falling, I'm going to start looking for an ABC within this area. Same as here. Because that adds an area of confluence for me. An extra layer of validation. Knowing that there's more likely a ABC to be played out in this zone. Doesn't mean it can't. It can go right in the middle and form an ABC. Right in the middle and form an ABC. Alright, it can do that. I would still find an entry. It can do this. No shit. It can do this. Alright, and not even get close to that area, but I'm still taking it. But for me, I like feeling more. Makes me feel. Nah, I shouldn't use feelings, but for me, it's an extra thing to look at to say, you know what? If it had to bounce, it's more likely to bounce here. If I can find an ABC, it's going to bounce, more likely to form in this area. And because it does form in that area, that gives me more confidence that it's an either extra layer of resistance or an extra layer of support. If that makes sense. I think I explained that decently well. If I didn't, please call me stupid, and I'll do it again. Call me stupid and then ask for me to explain it again. There's a lot of lows here. Oh man. Ugh. Yosef, if you need any extra help, just DM me. Best place is to DM me on Discord. If you're on Twitter too, that's fine. If that's easier, whatever's easier for you. But that's just my part of my thought process. If you need extra help. I don't want the daily. Yeah, this 53, 54 level. Yeah, it's like seeing an ABC within a C wave. Exactly. You can combine both of those as well. The same idea. The same idea, like in the example where you find the ABC within an ABC. If you can find one. But this what it might turn into here. This might become the new A, B, C. That's the case. You're going to find another ABC within here. And that adds not one. Let me draw this out. So not one. Actually, no. I'm going to check things off like a checklist. So one, if price gets above back to A, that's one layer of confluence. The next is another ABC here, and then you have this area of support. Let me change the colors of these. Let's do green. So that's one layer of confluence. If price comes back, and it comes back above, right? You have two layers of confluence, which is basically it got above the first day and got above the second day. All right, so that's a good sign. Going back, if you wanted to go back and see where your local low area is, okay, you notice that you have a zone here. If she continues, then you have your third layer of confluence. That is your third check mark. So the odds of you winning this trade and going to the upside have increased substantially. The more things you can find in your favor, you stick to a plan, trade the plan. But if you can find things that will help you understand why you made that trade, extra layers of confluence and validations, then your trade is maybe more likely to win. I'm not saying it's guaranteed, but if you have a lot of things going with you, or more ideas going in your favor, you're gonna do better. See, procrastinated fluff. From your experience, do ABCs work better in higher market cap volume? Work better in higher market cap coins? What do you mean by that? Are you just talking about like just higher, like BTC, ETH, LTC? Because you could look at smaller coins. Like, let's look at Filecoin for example. I know this is a smaller alt. This hasn't been on. Sol. Okay, for example, Sol. See if I can find one for you. Oh, you know what? I think VeChain. Is it? No, it's not. Is it Vet? VeChain. I think it's Vet. Yeah. VeChain actually has pretty good ABCs. Alright, here's a good one. A, B, C. Within that, you have A, B, C, A, B, C. So your entry is going to be here. I know how to use TradingView. I swear, I know how to use it. Where's the 1%? Oh, I might use a 1.5 on VeChain, to be honest. So you would have got stopped out 1, 2, 3 times. Where's the take profit for that? Somewhere in this zone. I probably take it here based off an ABC there. A 24 and a 1.5. VeChain is actually not bad. Let's see. Yosef, I do have a small Litecoin position open. I went over it earlier in the stream. It's fine. Is this it? Yeah, I thought I erased it. Just a small one. I took it. It was a good structure. I'm depending on what BTC does. I do have this open. That's about it though. Let's see. Procrastinated fluff. Yes, basically ABCs have a lower win rate for lower. Yeah, I would agree with that. The only thing I would say is if you're gonna trade ABCs, if you're gonna trade ABCs on smaller cap coins, I would use a bigger stop loss, but just make sure that those trades have the appropriate risk reward ratio you're looking for. Me personally, when I do this, I aim for about like a 10, 8.5 minimum, 8 to 8.5 minimum. So you see there's a decent sushi trade here. I wouldn't take this with a 1% stop loss. That V-chain one I just showed was actually a good one. But all I would say is alts have done me dirty in the past. So as of right now, honestly, even ETH has been kind of messy. I used to trade ETH a lot. I haven't really been messing around with ETH. Like here, like what is this garbage with ETH? Let's say they have a BTC. That was not a good time for me. Let's see. That's my advice. Me personally, I don't do it. I've won good trades, but I'll be honest, I feel like I've lost more than I've won. Well, profit-wise, I definitely probably lost more money than I probably should have. Not how do I say this? I've lost, but I haven't won enough to make up for those losses. I'll say that. So for me, if you're gonna play something like Sushi or VeChain, I know VeChain is on Bybit now. I'm probably gonna be using about 1.5% stop losses on that. Just make sure whatever you do decide fits your requirements for risk reward. Grant, I have 10 trades open. Oh, you remind me of me. But it's not for everyone. Been holding most for at least a week, some much longer. Yeah, you can do that. I'm sure you're using good risk management, not overexposing yourself. That was a mistake I made being a crackhead recently. I kind of stopped. I took some time off after trying to manage. What was the most I had? I think the most trades I had was 12. 12 trades open at once, I think. Is it 12? How many coins do I have on this list? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, I think it was like 12. I know it was double digits, Grant. So either from 10 to 12. I don't remember, but I remember I had to scroll a lot on Bybit to figure out. So I mean, I'm sure you're using good risk management or good risk exposure, not risking too much of your portfolio at one time. That's Yosef. Any chance we're still going to 29K? Oh yeah, you're fine, Grant. 1.5% risk top. Yep, you're good. Any chance we're still going to 29K, Yosef? Good question. I'll be honest with you. A part of me, deep down inside, still thinks. Okay, let me say this. Holy shit. Good on you, man. That's awesome. One thing I will say is, can it go to 29K? I wanted to. There's a part of me that thinks, when I think of path of most pain, which is something I've learned recently about what happens, how this market decides to play out. It's going to take as much money as much as your will to live. I guess that's the right way to put it. Out of the market and out of you as much as it can. And basically, sometimes when I sit back and look at these charts, is what can big money do to fuck everyone? Everyone. And to me, the perfect recipe for disaster is to get everyone so bullish that we broke a new all-time high. But just for it to be one giant ABC correction. And there's two ways I'm going to measure this. This is just me being crazy right now. I wanted to go down to 29K because you never got a full, how do I say this? You never got it's not about the size of the ABC. It's just the way it plays out. I just don't like the idea that, like this. A, B, C. Original low, retest, lower low. Same thing with here. Initial dump. This was a triangle. Still ugly, but still an ABC. I'm going to go to BLX now. I just want to show you guys, like, A, B, drawn out extended C. Did she do it in 2013? Kind of a crappy one, but I'm counting it. There's always been some sort of bigger ABC right here. A, B, C. Within this, A, B, C. So because of how the market structured itself in a larger time frame on more healthy corrections, I honestly think that this wasn't enough. I could be totally wrong. And odds are the fact that we're sitting all the way back up at the all-time high region is putting the odds against me that I'm probably, the odds against 29K reducing, or it being reduced significantly. But I'm never ever going to deny that it's possible. But it's, in my opinion right now, it's not probable. So the caveat to that is, because we did not get, me personally, I was looking for something like this. Something that mirrored the COVID dump. Okay. Because price did not do that, I don't think this bull run is going to be nearly as exciting as everyone thinks. I don't think it's going, it could go to 100K, but I just don't think that it's going to be as crazy as people think. And if that's the case, and then you dump it on their heads. That's just me. My opinion. I could be totally wrong. But it's just the way I see it, this how this area looks, I do not like this being, I don't like this being a bottom. A true bottom. You're usually going to get some sort of another section to that. That usually ends up at the very minimum a double bottom, if not a lower low. So, that's my opinion. Is it going to go to 29K? I don't know. The odds right now are not leaning towards that conclusion. But because I think that price did not make that lower low, it's not going to be as exciting as people think. We'll see what happens, though. I think that was a very long way to answer your question, Yosef, but I feel like I had to explain why. That's my reasoning why. I could have just said, I didn't want to sit there and just say yes or no. I could have, but I just don't. To me, that's something that's been bothering me for a while. Is that I don't think, because price doesn't look, it's price in the state of where the economy is, not just in the U.S. and the world. It's just this how everything's. How do I say this? Just how everything is playing out. I just doesn't seem like things are going to get better anytime soon. And if anything, it's going to get worse before they get better. So, with all the supply shortages and all that. That's one of the things, obviously, but I think I'm just rambling at this point. Somebody come get their kid. I'm going on a tangent. So, yeah. I appreciate the question, though. Because everyone, I know traditional LA Wave guys, some of them are saying that. Exactly. Let me show you this, Yosef. There's only one other time in Bitcoin's history. One other time where Bitcoin just didn't blast off past its all-time high. I already see if I'm just pointing this out. I was going to tweet something about this. I might do it later tonight. Right here. Back in 2013, blast off. Never came back down. New all-time high. In 2013, blast off. Never came back down. Even the second part of it, let's see. Okay, right here. So in 2017, this is the only other time in Bitcoin's history where she broke past the all-time high, came back below, and then continued to make a new high. So, this is where things get interesting. From the original all-time high break, she got an ABC, surprisingly, and then dumped 30%. Let's just pretend that things were going to play out similarly. Let's just pretend, right? Let's say fractals are the perfect tool. From this wick, 30% is about 46K. All right? Now watch this. Now, depending on how long that takes, I just want to just measure this again. That's all I'm going to say. Well, yeah. Yes, Grant, you're right. Besides this one, it was 2017. So I'm just comparing fractals. If you want to compare fractals, we got a 15% rejection and then 10% before blasting off. Wait, in 2017? Or are you talking about this? I think you're talking about this. See, the difference is, though, hold on. Let me make sure before I comment. Yeah, hold on. Okay. You are correct. My line was off just by a little bit. All right, about 11%. Okay, I retract that statement because my line was off just by a little bit. So, Let's take two scenarios here. The first scenario, like I failed to see last time, back in the last bull market, you get a fake wick. See, the only thing is, like, I'm not gonna get too deep on comparing fractals, but let's just take this as judgment, as a precursor. See, about 11%, because I'm not gonna count that one, because that first dump didn't touch the all-time high. I'm just gonna count the second one. 10%, 11% from the all-time high. Okay, Grant, you got a valid case. You know what? Okay, that's very, very scarily similar. I will give you that. So, two scenarios. One, she bottoms out here. We keep going. Two, if she wants to repeat the 2013 cycle, the 2017 cycle, there's going to, that falls in the 30% category. 30%, not 32, because I went off that wick. The second scenario is that she dumps 30% and she retests this larger trend line. That's what she did back in 2017. Back in 2017, she rode this trend line all the way up. So those are my two bullish case scenarios, I would say, based off what happened here. Because she didn't blast straight off through the all-time high, she's either gonna bounce here, maybe get one more low for a larger ABC down, and then take off, or she is going to retest this larger trend. Small, let's see. The small drop before was 15 as well. But if we don't get a lot of momentum on that next two all-time high breaks of this all-time high, I will start thinking the same thing. Taper momentum off this. Okay. So I see what you're saying. Okay. I see what you mean. Because you're okay, if we do come down, that trend line will be very big. If BTC breaks this larger trend, hasta la vista. That's all I'm gonna say. Hasta la vista. She's gonna go for 20. She's gonna break 29. Okay, I'm jumping too fast. She's gonna at least retest 39. But what if this is one just giant A, B, C? All an ABC is a formation of a trend, a break, and a retest. And that could be another one. I'm getting too far ahead of myself. Let's see. See all below. Yeah. I'm telling you, if she breaks this trend, we're looking at the daddy of all ABCs right here. The daddy of all ABCs. She's calling for 14K. 14K. Oh man. You want to see me sell everything that I have? And look at this. Look. You can't make this shit up. She'll retest the 14K. This 14K at the top of the 14K pump before COVID. Ultimate bear move. Ultimate bear move. But we're talking doomsday scenario. Absolute doomsday scenario. So that's an idea. Another thing I was looking at as well, when I was on vacation, I spent like an hour just coming up with different ideas. So, traditional LEO wave guys like to look at trend-based extensions, trend-based fib extensions to find targets for corrections or impulsive waves. So if this is a giant ABC, I think it's starting from the 1-to-1. So from here you could get a double bottom. Nope. Could get a double bottom, which I'd be okay with. Or I think these levels are correct. 1.276 to 1.414, which is like you can't see me doing it, but I'm doing air quotes, reversal zone or pocket. It's not golden pocket, it's just the pocket reversal zone. Anywhere from this range, that also lines up. That also kind of makes sense too. So, I think, what is this, an expanding flat? Yeah, it's an expanding flat. The running flat would be a higher low, or just a double bottom. So, that's ultimate bear case scenario. It's still torrentially downpouring outside. I can't see from here. Shit, how long have I been doing this for? I swear, I tell myself only 30 minutes, 45 minutes. I somehow double that. Wonder if my laundry's done yet. I gotta check that soon. So yeah, that's bear case scenario. Let me just go back to BTC. 5 minute. I think she's gonna make a lower low. Nah, I can't get ahead of myself. I'm looking for a ABC to possibly hedge against if this is a bigger ABC. All right. Do you trade full time? Yes, I do, Yosef. I currently still work a job. I didn't, but then I did. Well, how do I say this? I was going to quit, but then something happened to where, and then ended up deciding to buy a house. So mortgage companies do not like contractors to give loans out to contractors, so I had to keep my job just till I can figure something out. The goal is to do this full time and hopefully help teach people how to do this as well. Obviously, trying to make a living off of that. But yes, technically I trade full time. I always have my charts up. I'm constantly have alerts set up. I actually just cleared my alerts this morning. I got to go back and set some of them. Actually, the one I didn't set was the stop loss for my long that I'm in. My 2 longs. So once I figure out this housing situation, I'll be trading full time again. Well, just trading full time. Right now I'm working a job and also trading full time. Yeah, I was supposed to make some food. Well, I appreciate hanging out with me, Grant. I'm sorry you're starving yourself. Hopefully it's good conversation though. That's all I want, just to have a good conversation. Ooh, crap. Alright, is there anything else I want to do before I wrap this up? Talked about volumes. I talked about fractals. Procrastinated fluff. Let's see. What other strategy you use than ABCs, etc. for range trading? So back when I did range trading before I did the ABCs, I just used patterns, local. I didn't even use local highs back then. Let's see. All I did was use that and the RSI. I didn't even use the 125 back then. Alright, cool. Let's see. It's probably, depending what you had for leftovers, I'm sure what you ordered was better. Well, let's see. So all I did was just find highs and lows based off previous price action. Here, 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 here. Alright, and I just went back and basically I just used that to trade. For example, here. Was I using... I don't remember if I was using the RSI. I think... Yeah, I was. So I knew that this was an area of support based off this zone right here. I would use a 1.5% stop. 1.5 to 2%. And all I would do is just trade ranges. And I would look for... I play one zone to another. And I would play breakouts, and then if that didn't work, basically try to short back down between range trading and breakout trading. I guess that was the only two strategies I really used. So, for example, I knew that this was a zone. Took the breakout, failed, but I remember taking this long. God, this is giving me some nostalgia right here. I miss these days. I just played top to bottom. And that's all I would do. We came back here, double top. 1.5. So you would target the lowest low, or you would go somewhere in this area based off that low. I don't remember this. I don't think this hit. I remember prices consolidating in this area. But yeah, that's all I did. Find ranges when price was basically going back and forth in consolidation mode. Look for possible divergences. And that's about it. I want to see what it looked like, the 125. Oh yeah, bearish divergence here. Bearish divergence there. Bull here. Bull here. So yeah. I hope I answered your question. I used traditional LA for a little bit, but I was not good. A lot of the time I was just observing Kite and how he would do it. I read what book was it? The Visual Guide to LA Wave Theory. It was that first book he recommended. Went back in that, read it, looked for examples in the market, traded based off those original rules, but later I realized the rules are meant for traditional markets, and your risk to reward trades based off those rules sucked. I remember. Oh, let's see if I can find this. It was on ETH. It was in here somewhere. Yeah, it was this. So you had a 5-way move to the downside. Alright. Now, based off traditional IOA theory, you would take a breakout trade above the 4th. Alright? Now, watch this. You would take a breakout trade based upon, wait, 1, 2, 3, oh, wait, no. It wasn't this. It was a smaller time frame, but I think it was this. Let me go back to the 30. Oh, shit. You know what? I gotta do it this way. Or was it this? It might have been this. But pretty much there was a 5-way move in here. Alright. And based off what the book says, if you had a 5-way move to the downside, or either direction, you would take a breakout trade above the 4th, okay? But your stop would have to be below the 5th. And then I don't remember what you would target. But even if you target the 0, your risk reward ratio will be a 2. It was garbage. The rules were correct, and I plotted the trade correctly based off those rules. That was the first exposure I've had to LA wave theory, traditional LA wave theory, and that was like the first, I guess, real trade example, quote unquote, air quotes, example I used. Didn't take the trade because the risk to reward was terrible, but I already had an idea of good risk to reward setups by then. But yeah, besides that, I started using ABCs back in May, and I've pretty much been using it ever since. Again, another long rant to answer your question, but that's everything. Okay, one more thing. I did briefly use Market Cipher for like a month and a half. Paid a good price for it, but then I only made money off the COVID dump. That was like the one good trade I had off of it. Is that it just kept telling me to short, so I shorted the hell out of it while it was dumping. I made like $200. That was like my first trade ever. Well, first series of trades. The first trade oh wait, do I have it? I might have a picture of it. Hold on. I remember sitting here on my shitty fucking 19-inch 1080p LCD monitor. It was in 2019. It's back in like April. Come on. May. April. Come on, give me April. Jesus Christ. Let's see. Do I not have it anymore? Oh no. Come on, I know I still have this. Oh, here it is. No, that can't be it. I'm not going to find this now. Great. But anyway, I have screenshots from Bybit trades, but I don't remember. I thought I made more. Pretty sure I made more. It was my screenshot. Great. Under pressure, I'm not going to find it now. Great. Anyway, I made like nothing impressive. I probably made like $200 over the course of like a day, and that took me pretty much going all in on high leverage shorts on the way down because my market cipher was throwing up red X's. Or no, yellow X's. Yeah, it's the manipulation indicator to it. Alright, I'm going to start wrapping things up here in the next probably like 5-10 minutes or so. So if anyone's got any questions for me, now's the time to ask. I got to go finish laundry, make sure my car didn't flood from that flash flood we just had. I think I left one of my windows open, but I'm also on the fence. Because I'm pretty sure I did, but I always like to leave my windows open too. So, yeah. So, do you trade stocks at all? Actually, so, Grant, good question. I don't. So this is something I came across on it was on YouTube. I don't remember exactly when, but I actually have. No, that's my Twitter. My girlfriend has a Robinhood account. I bought her some Bitcoin like a while ago, and so I'll come back to that. So. Yo, Seb, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming by and hanging out, asking me questions. It means a lot to me. Hopefully I can continue to be here and answer those questions for you. But Grant, she was looking for something to do, and in my opinion, trading stocks is boring. I'm not boring as in like the money. Oh yeah, so that was part of the next thing I was gonna do, but she has. I'm not gonna say how much, but she has enough to run this strategy called the wheel. Appreciate that, procrastinated fluff. Just be careful. I had a friend of mine who did this, and I don't think he did it to the best that he could have. There's a time and a place for it. I think you can kind of get away with it now. Just be careful. Don't use too much. Use a good stop loss. I would aim for about a 4 to a 5 risk reward ratio if you're gonna play the ranges. That's what I did. Don't over risk. If you need, I personally like trading ABCs now. If you need help with that, let me know. I can go over it. With you. Just be careful. But so I was looking into strategies. This was a long time ago, like before I really touched crypto. And I found something called the wheel strategy. So if you look up wheel, pretty much what this is see, like I watched this video at some point, but basically all it is it get a load for me. You sell puts and calls depending on what stock it is, and you get something called a premium. So you get an amount credited to your account based off money you put up front. And the easiest way to explain it is it's like, let's see, I'm trying to think of the way to explain it. Pretty much like you're the house. You're playing the house when you're selling options. You're selling contracts to people who are buying, who are trying to play, whatever it is, whether it's Microsoft, Tesla, and all that. But you're the ones physically selling them that trade. So in return, you get paid that premium. And what you can do is that over time, the math is in your favor, and then eventually in the longer term you will win. There's be certain the only caveat to this. It's not even a bad caveat. Is you do this on a stock that you're willing to hold 100 shares of, because each option contract is made out of 100 shares. So when you lose a trade on that week, instead of losing the money you put up, you just get shares as collateral. So basically, the best way to explain it is, let's say you have like Tesla. Actually, no, let's do something a little easier. Shit. I think Chewy. Let's do the dog food. All right. So all you would do is, let's say you're putting up $7.95 for 100 shares of Chewy. All right, and in return you get a premium. Usually, depending on how volatile the stock is anywhere from 0.25 to 1%. Let's say it's 0.25% of that. I think that's wrong. I know I wasn't getting $169. Oh no, I did the math wrong. 6795 times 0.00 is an extra zero I missed. Right? No. All right, I gotta look at the options chain. But pretty much, you get a certain amount based off of that. And what you do is you just keep playing it. So you're selling puts. That means you're betting on the price to go up. Over time, you're in theory, based off time decay and all that, the option is in your favor for the majority of the time. And all I did was just run the wheel on her account, and then I bought some Bitcoin. And now I run the wheel for her on the S&P. Tesla is something I am long on. Have been since COVID dump. You bought it at 200? No way. Holy shit. Wow, good on you, man. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's insane. Good on you, man. So all I do now is I run the wheel on her account. She runs it on the S&P. And she actually makes good money doing it. I think she actually got assigned, and I don't know if she's still holding those shares, but she's doing good right now. Yeah, if you want, basically this is the easiest way to explain it, is that you can use either your shares as collateral or $100 worth of shares. And you get paid a premium every week. And I think she makes like, I need to look at I have the account on my phone. My phone's charging right now. But she makes like a couple $100 a week, I would say. And she uses that to like pay her car off and stuff. Well, actually, she paid her car off already. And she doesn't like, in the long term, she's okay with, like, there's going to be a point where, you know, I warned her, it's like, you realize, like, market's going to dump probably soon. She's okay with it. As long as you run it over time, eventually you'll make good money. So that's something that I'm looking into myself. You can make consistent, it's not crazy money, but you can make a decent amount of money with it over the course of a year, but it takes money to make money. If you want to run if you want to run the wheel on the SPY, you gotta have 45 grand to play with. That's all I'm saying. You can do it on I think there's a crypto mining company called Mara. I forgot the name of it. Yeah, I think it's Marathon Digital. Yeah, this is it. It basically mimics Bitcoin's price, from what I've heard, or it's based off of so if Bitcoin does well, this is going to do well. So I've been doing that for her as well. She's been making good money off of that. So if it's something if you want to look into. I want to look at AMD. Wow. Fuck. ABC all day. Shit. But this probably be like 3%. Oh, no, I was way off. 20% on AMD. Wow. Never gotten into options trading or anything on stocks, but I know there's crazy gains on that alone, but also much risk. Then that strategy seems interesting though. To eliminate a lot of the risk. Yeah, definitely. I'll send you a link to a video. Oh, there's a good one in here. This guy is good. In the money. I'll send you a link to this on Discord. Basically, this is explaining everything. He's kind of funny too. Where are you? Grant. I know you're in here somewhere. There. Grant Calvin. Check your DMs, Grant. Look into that. It's a cool strategy because it basically limits your risk. You never actually lose money. You just get, as long as you don't sell in the red, you just get exchanged. Either the only thing that sucks about it is that you're forced to buy shares at a loss. If that makes sense. But if you're willing to hold it for 50 years, eventually you're gonna be okay. So, I would say only do something like that if you're willing to hold on to it. If you're not willing to hold on to it for life or for a very long time, I wouldn't do it on a stock. I haven't checked AMD. I might have to look into that because I like AMD. It's just, for me, it's better than just holding shares. 20% on AMD is fucking nuts, but for me, it's how do I say it? It's more, you can make a little bit more without risking too much, without risking much, really. So. Yeah, and another cool thing, Grant, I don't know what your situation is, but if you can run it on the S&P, there's 3 strike prices per week. So, you know what? Let me get my phone. This is the last thing I'm going to do because I think it's really fucking interesting. Hold on, where is it? Okay. So you can make a decent amount of money every week. Even you can still be relatively safe too. Let's see, S&P. And she pretty much does it. I tell her to like pick a certain win percentage, and she does it. Alright, so receive. So 3 strike prices. And she goes for about like an 80% chance. 75 to 80% chance. So right now, so for a 75 chance of profit, the 454 strike, she's averaging about $75 3 times a week. So an extra $200. It's not the best, but it's better than just having shares sit. I want to check AMD's prices too. Maybe I can get that going for her. AMD. Sell puts. Whoa. You could actually, wow. The strike prices for AMD are actually pretty nice. Holy shit. I gotta look into this. But anyway, yeah, that's probably the last thing I'm going to talk about for now. I'm just gonna plug my Twitter one last time. If you guys are interested in following me and what I have to talk about, what I have to say, I try to come on here at least once a week. Hopefully once I figure my shit out in the next coming months. Yeah. Definitely, Grant. So what was I saying? Oh yeah. So until I can get my housing situation fixed, I plan on just popping on here once, and if something's get exciting, and if I have time, twice a week, kind of just hang out. I really don't have plans on these. Like, I know some people will take a lot of time to like plan when they want to talk about and stuff. I just kind of just hop on, let you guys know I'm on, and we can chit chat. If you guys want more information, more up to date stuff from me when I'm not around, the best place to follow me. Oh, Yosef, thank you for following me. The best place to find me is on Twitter. If you want, I can. If you guys ask for it, I will plug it. I'll send it to you directly. My link. If not, it's jcrypto0099. That's also my Discord number. That's kind of unoriginal, but anyway. So, I plan on tweeting at least once a day, probably more. Just on some ideas that I see. Probably I follow some people that I like seeing their ideas and stuff. And I think crypto Twitter, besides it being somewhat of a shill show, and just utter retardation sometimes, there's actually some decent amount of people I like watching and listening to on there. So, yeah. So if you guys wanted to keep more updated with what I'm doing, what I'm thinking, if I'm not gonna be on here, I'm gonna be on Twitter most likely, and on Discord too when I can. I should probably post more in Kite's Discord. If you guys are in Kite's group, obviously I think a lot of you guys who watch me are only from Kite's group. So, look out for what I have to say on there as well. If you have any questions, please DM me. Whether it's on here, whether it's on Discord or Twitter, doesn't really matter. I think Discord might be better off, but I'll get your notification, and I'll get to it as fast as possible, regardless. So, all right. Say my goodbyes. I think there's only one. I think Grant, you're the only one in here. If you're not the only one here, I'm sorry if I missed you. Yosef, thank you a lot so much, man. Appreciate you. Procrastinated fluff from before, thank you. Be careful scalping, but be good, be safe. Grant, thank you for popping in and hanging out. I appreciate you. You're the man. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Until next time, I'll see you guys around. Come on.